Hi guys, this is an introduction to the Email 2.0 newsletter builder. This is just an introduction. I'm sure it won't take long, and if you work with it, you'll be much more proficient than I am. But I will get you started. So I went to Tools, Email 2.0, and New Email, and I'm going to skip the reply, subject to, etc., because that's all done in the Email 2.0 basic email video, and I'm going to go straight to body, and I'm going to go to newsletter. Okay, this is now firing up what's called the unlayer, U-N-L-A-Y-E-R. You could look that up if you want some tutorials on it. The unlayer template builder, and I'm going to build a really quick newsletter stealing content from Silverstar, as I tend to do. So at the top, I'm going to put in a heading, and I'm going to call that, and then I'm going to put in a picture. So I'm going to go image, put in an image, and now I need to click on this to put in the content. See, I click on that and this shows up here. You need a fairly big monitor in order to make this work well. And I'm going to upload a picture that I already have. If I didn't have the picture, I could select it and then come back here and it would be here. Okay, so there's my picture, and I'm going to put in maybe a two column block. So I was in the contents. If I'm working in a block like this, then I am in the content section, and I want to be in the block section now. So I'm going to put in a double block underneath it, and then in each one of these, I'm going to put in some text. So I'm going to put text in there, and I'm going to put add content. I'm going to put text in here, and I want to point something out. If I'm working here, then I have this content, right? I have content, I've got blocks, and I've got body. So I want to put a vertical bar on the right-hand side. I want to highlight this border here, and that's not the content, that's the block. So if I go, and it took me a while to figure this out, if I click in here, not in the content, but move over, now I'm actually on the block, then I get column 1 properties and column 2 properties. Okay, if I wanted, I could change it to change the format. So I want column 1, I want to put a border, not just one border on all sides. I want to put the border, more options, right? Now I can go to the right hand column, and I want to put a 1 pixel, I don't know, red, what the heck. You clearly won't want me doing your newsletters. So now there's going to be a red border on the side. See, there it is. Isn't that pretty? So the other thing that you can do here, if I'm in the block, right? So I moved out here, and then this expands. If I'm in the block, see these little guys here? I can change the layout of my columns if I want to do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paste some text in here, and I'll take this out, paste in my text. Now I want this to be justified, not left justified, but justified. So I'm working within the block. So this is it's now in content mode up here. So I'm going to find, there it is, my justified box, and this must have a carriage return hidden in there. Yep, this guy's got a carriage return hidden in there. Okay, so that's that block. Now I'm going to paste some text on this side. And again, I want this to be justified. There we go. And that probably has a forced carriage return. Maybe there's one here. Maybe there's one here. Here. All right. Okay, this isn't balanced very nicely. I'm going to take this out. Oops. And put it here. Okay, so that is now a 2-column. Yeah, I want this centered. All right, so that's my 2-column newsletter. Now I just want to show you buttons at the bottom. So I want maybe a donate button in here. So I'm going to add a row, and the content I want in this row is a button. So I clicked on add content, and I want to put a donate button on there. Come on. All right, an add button. I want it to say donate. And I have a link that I'm going to paste into the URL. Okay, I've got my donate link. All right, and that's done. So that's my very terse, brief newsletter. You can get as fancy and imaginative as you want. I'm going to go done. Looks like I got to click it twice. And I'm going to send myself a copy. I just need somebody in there so that I am finished. Now I can send myself a copy. Here's my newsletter test. Open it up, and that's what my newsletter looks like. Okay. Here's my link. Let's test the link, make sure it works. And there's my my general donations page. Okay, I want to point out a couple of things about this email before we go any further. So let's take a look at the body again, and this has to do with spam specifically. So this email, I just took a copy of what they have been working on, and it has a link here to info@sas.bc.ca, which is, you know, what you'd expect to do. I just want to point out that this is going to increase the spam score of this email. It might put it into junk for certain, you know, email clients, and the reason is this is not the domain that the email is getting sent from. So if you have links to anything that is outside of skiportal.org, they'll work, but they are going to increase the spam score of your of your newsletter. Okay, one more thing, you can save this as a template. So if I really like this, I can do this, hit save template, and then in the future I can come back here and start a new email, retrieve my newsletter template, and then make some changes and just go ahead and send it out. And the last thing I want to say about this is you could also save this very similarly. You could save it as a draft. There's a whole other video on drafts, and if you do that, so I saved it as a draft there, it's saved. And there it is, my newsletter demo. I can just click on it and go in and resend it. All right, that is what I have to say about the unlayer template, the newsletter type of email. And I would be willing to work with you on this to try and help you get through it. It works quite well. It does take a little bit of practice. And I'm really looking forward to hearing feedback and seeing what you're able to do with it. All right, if you have any questions, please contact me and I will be happy to help you out. Thanks for listening.